everyone. Welcome inside the Red Earth Production Studios for this edition of YBMcast, Player Spotlight. And today on the show, I have two of the very best in the 26 class. 26, I was correct, right?
Yes, sir.
I didn't miss it. Sweet. To my far right, is Brendan Pyle from Fort Zumwalt East High School. And closer to my right is Nolan Sissom from Fort Zumwalt West High School. Guys, thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having us.
Oh, look at that, man. That was stereo.
That was smooth.
You guys are teammates, right?
Yes.
In the summertime.
Only summer, not high school. Not high school.
So, but we appreciate them. And remember, as always, YBMcast powered by Game 7 Baseball, game7baseball.com. Go to game7baseball.com. Get your team registered, set up for all your events for the upcoming 2024 season. We're going to be out there. We love going out with the young guys. We interview like 5 or 7 and 8 year olds. There was this one kid, his name was Oliver. He was playing with the Gators. He was so fun. Kid, he had it on point. It's like, yeah, he was a stud already, man. It was so much fun watching some of these guys. They got it together.
Yeah, they probably watch it on TV, so you probably want to be like that. So it's probably what they see it like.
It's funny. It's fun to do. But so, all right, guys, let's get into this. And as we talk about that, youth baseball, where'd you guys start?
So
go ahead, Nolan.
Go ahead.
Well, I always played for an independent club called the Rascals. They were coached by my dad. So I played for him and a few other assistant coaches till I was probably 11 or 12, and then switched over to a club called the Tribe where I played for a year. And then ever since 14 or 15U, I've been with Dave and the recruits and all them, and that's been pretty well, I'd say.
Yeah, done pretty well. You with the Tribe?
Yeah, I think 13U year.
13U?
Yeah, so I played up from ever since I started playing until 13U with the Rascals, which was with my dad, and then we set back and played 13U again with the Tribe that year. And then that was like my first club season, so yeah.
Was it, did you like, and, I mean, you don't just sit and go comparisons and stuff like that and things. I understand, but, what's the biggest difference between, a youth baseball club and the independent? Was it different, or was it pretty much the same?
Well, we always played like the same competition and like high level, but the club stuff where we stood with the Tribe and the recruits changed a lot because like the Tribe had a big facility and the recruits have a really nice facility, so it changed like that. But other than that, I thought it's all been pretty the same, like competition wise and where we played too.
Yeah, very good. Did you like playing for your dad?
Yeah, it was a very, very fun experience.
Very good.
It's cool, just because I can connect with him more than other coaches sometimes. So it's fun. It was fun to play for him.
So this area back here is basically production. They do a lot of the artwork back here. They do the production. So any of that stuff that comes in off of, we'll say, our fanware stores, stuff that comes in off the team stores, a lot of the coaches wear, a lot of the last minute, hey, we got to have it in the next 10 minutes stuff, that's all comes back here. This area is where all the day-to-day stuff that comes in really goes through. The retail store is its own little entity. This is where the real work is done.
Brendan, your youth experience, where you been playing?
So I kind of, from like 8 to 10 to 11, I hopped around a little bit, and I was actually playing technically down a year. I was playing with the 27s because I was born 08 like all the 27s, but I'm a 26. So I was playing with all them. I started at the Missouri Sticks.
Did you really?
Yeah, played with them, Mark Gerard, for a couple years. And then I went to the Prospects and played for Don Rogers. He was a good coach, really good coach, liked him. And then 11U, 10U, 11U, we played a tournament in Panama City, and the team called Texas Florida Canes they saw me play down there, so they sent me an invite to come, like try out necessarily in February of like 11U, 12U year. And ever since then, I played with them all the way until 13U, and then I played with USA Prime. And both of those were really cool. We always spent almost whole summer out of town, like Florida, Texas, places like that. And then just recently joined the recruits with Wiggins, and it's been really good.
What, did you guys travel a lot, or were you more local when you were playing youth?
I think probably from like 10 to 12, we traveled maybe once or twice. Mm-hmm. But then everything else was in town. But after, I think, my 14U, when we joined the recruits, it was traveled 5 or 6 times.
What do you guys think you get? I mean, I understand going and playing and, but what's the benefit of that for you guys? What did you see? Did you think about that as a kid, 12, 13? What were you thinking about more than anything when you're traveling around like that?
Well, me, whenever I was younger, I was just happy I got to go to the beach.
I love it. Exactly.
But as we got older, a little bit older, especially things like future games and then like the showcases, they definitely help with the recruiting standpoint.
Yeah.
We definitely can get recruited from in town in St. Louis, but it just helps whenever you go to those big events and all the coaches are just there watching and looking for guys to recruit.
Yeah. Did you like going to the beach too?
Yeah, no, it was fun. But yeah, I agree with him. I think playing down in the South especially was an eye-opener the first few times we went down with the recruits, because it's just like, at certain complexes, there's just coaches bouncing from field to field, and it's like very easy to get them in front of your eyes and talk to them, and it was cool.
Being not too far removed from that, how well do you guys think the competitive level, the players that we have in this state and around this area are now competing in those southern states against some of those teams?
I think it's really good. We definitely have a lot of good pitchers, especially in our class from Missouri. There's a lot of good dudes who throw real hard, know how to pitch. But I'd say as we go down more south, there's more just like all over, like people can hit, field, and pitch. Mm-hmm. Up here we don't really have many of those dudes who can do all of them. But we definitely have a lot of good pitchers, and as they grow older, they get better all aspects of the game.
Yeah. You, though, I heard you won the 12U PG. Was it Select Fest Home Run Derby?
Yeah, that was really fun. It was just go up there and hit the ball as hard as you can on a 265-foot field off a guy throwing BP. So that was definitely one of the best experiences I have playing youth baseball. That was really fun. I got the privilege of going to Dreams Park to umpire. Yeah. I went with the team. This was back in 2008. And you guys were born then, right? Yeah.
Okay, good, good. Just making sure I'm not too old. But they have the home run derby there, and whatnot. And it's 12U.
Yeah.
It was amazing. They have the one big park and all the fence courses. The fences, of course, are 200 feet. But at the main park where they do the home run derby, have you guys been there?
No. Mm-hmm.
You have?
Yeah.
The main park, you got all the stands going up to the outfield. Mm-hmm. And there's 12 you guys hitting the ball out of the flaming stadium. Mm-hmm. I'm like, wait a minute. And they're not using their own bats.
Yeah.
They make you use their bat. It's all pretty much, they were blue, what I saw. I don't know what they were. They were just blue. And these kids, there's kids hitting them 325 feet. And I'm like, you're 12, dude. What are you doing? And I was sitting there in the championship game in right field. And it was a 2-1 ball game, Team Miami versus a team out of Henderson, Nevada. And the kid that was pitching hit a 2-run home run, pitched a complete game, and Nevada won 2-1. And the home run he hit, Oppo, over my head. I watched it sail out of the stadium. I'm like, this kid's 12 man. Years old. You guys see that stuff a lot?
I mean, especially from when we played especially when I played from 12 to 13 and 14, it's very different on like some kids are huge, some kids are small, but like the guys that grow early completely stand out, especially with like those bats that they use. It's like, it's a difference. Like dudes can hit the ball very hard, and compared to like a guy that hasn't fully grown yet. And
Right.
it can be crazy.
So I just had to bring that up. That was a nugget I got from somebody. I don't know who, but no, I'm kidding. You probably know who it was. Coach Wiggins.
Yeah, that was my guess. Yeah.
No, and so I had to bring that up. And you guys are both, you're still committed to Mizzou,
Yes, sir.
right? You've decommitted. We're going to come back to that here in just a moment because I want to get into that a little bit. But I first want to go back to, now when you were playing, have you always played for another coach, or did your dad coach you at all?
My dad never coached, but outside of like practice and stuff like that, he just definitely helped me. He knows a lot of baseball, I would say. So
Yeah. So when you guys are traveling around doing these things and whatnot, and I know you guys don't drive yet, so you guys have come to the studio, mom and dad help and things, and that's okay. That's that's great support, isn't it? And they don't mind doing it, do
yeah,
they?
no, not at all.
They've been a huge role in everything, especially well, dad for the baseball part, mom for the wash the clothes, pack the snacks, and bring me everywhere. So they've played a huge role in everything that I've done until this point. So yeah, it's special.
It is cool because if you don't have that stuff, right?
Yeah.
How are you supposed to play?
Can't.
Yeah,
You have to
sure.
remember your own cleats, though, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
I'll wash it, but you pack it, right?
Yeah.
That's
Sure.
cool. All right, I can deal with that. Did she use the borax or, because I know in South there's a lot of clay. The 20-team borax, or do they use that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Still there? Yeah, it's still the best stuff to get that out.
Yeah.
You ever go to the car wash, right? Mm-hmm. Spray it out? You didn't ever done that? Hang your pants in the car wash?
Like the power washers.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
Scrub it down with the borax
Yeah.
and then shoot it. It works.
Yeah.
We've done that on a few occasions at the ballpark.
I say those fields down south are like red clay dirt,
Yeah.
so it's hard to get out. But
It's tough, isn't
Yeah.
it? It is tough.
Paints get stained.
Real fast. Guys, you've been playing baseball a long time, summer experience and whatnot. This is your second year, both going to be sophomores, right?
Yeah.
Both started as freshmen, which is impressive.
Thank you.
I know, here I don't think people realize just how tough that is, right? Especially in these programs that you guys are playing in. There's some really good dudes on these teams. And how was it coming in as a freshman? Did you think you were going to play right off the bat?
I'd say probably not. I mean, I always thought I was a very good player, and I was very confident like in myself when I did, but being in such a big baseball program, how Fort Zumwalt West is, I thought it was going to be a tough challenge going into like week one of tryouts, but as it went throughout the week, I kind of knew where I stood and stuff, and then hearing news, I think Friday afternoon when then our last tryout was really, really great news, and something I didn't expect early in the week, but then throughout the week, I kind of thought I'd played good enough to expect it more. So,
Very good. How about yourself?
I was the same way. I didn't really, until the tryout week, I didn't really think for sure. I always wanted to, that was my goal, to be on varsity, but it was no guarantee. And then every day of tryouts first day was with the freshmen, second day was with sophomores, juniors, and third day I was with the guys who'd been on varsity. So I was like, okay, it got me feeling happy.
Right.
And then told us who the varsity team was, and it was a lot of happiness.
Very good. Now, I'm a homer for Zumwalt East, so it's just my son, my daughter, they both went to East, and he played for Coach Hill and stuff. So I always root for anybody out there knows I root for Zumwalt East. I'm fair when I talk to Coach Hill and whatnot. I think there's whatever the case, but yeah, we root for. There it is. So doesn't matter who they're playing. I'm going to do that. What's the difference? What's the biggest difference, guys, between summer ball and high school baseball for you?
I'd say definitely like the team chemistry and like all that is very, very different because like in a high school, like I got like kind of adapted by these guys that were 3-4 years older than me, like so quick. And it was like I was so tightly bonded with them for like 3 short months, but it was day in, day out. Every day was practice or game or practice or game. So it was very, like, we were a very tight team, very team chemistry type team. So it was cool showing how tight they get to one another, and that obviously helps us win a lot of games too. So
Absolutely.
comparing that to summer, I mean, the summer we like work out in the winter together, so I feel like we're well connected, but like jumping right into the summer after high school, it takes us a minute to kind of play together and stuff like that.
And some of those 23 seniors had been playing together for a while too, right?
Mm-hmm. Especially because I know some of them last year played like summer ball together and they play high school together, so like they're very tight and close. So it was cool kind of having them take me under their wing, and how like well bonded and close and how they play for each other was really cool.
That's awesome.
I agree with everything he just said. Like, practice every day and then go out to eat, go get fast food after. And then
Fast food?
Yeah.
Don't tell your mom
Canes.
that, dude. Oh, Canes. All right.
Canes.
All right.
And then you like to hang out with each other on the weekends when you're not playing. And then us especially, we like to support all the programs. We go to soccer, basketball, hockey games, football. We like to go as a team and like to hang out there and then probably do something afterwards. So it's just a lot of chemistry.
I love that. Has that helped you, figure things out more in the summertime? Have you taken some of those lessons into your summer team? Did you do that this last summer?
Yeah, so one of the things that we did at Fort Zumwalt West was before every game, before we would stretch, we would do two people would race to every team would like do a jog to center field type thing, but we would like race to center field. So at the summertime, I'm like, oh, we should try this, and I think it was awesome. It was like people would race and scream and yell, so it was
good for 2 months.
Yeah, it was a fun little like warm up before we started playing to like kind of get everyone locked in and get everyone feeling loose, because I agree with that. Like, play loose, play like that, because if you get too locked in, too tight, then it's hard to play. So it kind of opened us up and got us happy to play, and it was cool. Yeah.
Does it, playing at that level, as a freshman, okay, you're playing against guys that are 17, 18 years old. When you went out into the summer, did that give you a little more confidence, Brendan, to be able to compete at a higher level?
Definitely, because before that point, you might play up a year, maybe 2 years. That's a lot. But once you're playing against 18-year-olds every day, you get a little boost in your confidence, you think, especially if you do well. Mm-hmm. You're not going to go out and see another 15, 16-year-old and not have confidence that you think you're better than him, like just in that moment.
Yeah, I understand. Did pitching wise, up and down with high school compared to where you guys are going in the summertime, what's the difference there?
I'd say in the summer, we'd see like the top 26 guys are like very, very good, like throw hard guys. But like if you go see a guy that's been throwing on varsity for 3, maybe even 4 years, they throw hard and they know how to get you out. They can throw 3 pitches for a strike, and they're just grown men that know how to get you out more than a guy that's our age has been throwing for less years and all that. So I think the upper end high school guys were way harder to face than the upper end summer guys, I think.
That's a fair assessment.
I agree, because those guys, they're going to college next year.
Yeah.
Some of them D1 Power 5 colleges, so they're going to have to know how to pitch, especially to a freshman in high school. While those dudes that there's summer ball, they're still progressing, and they'll probably get to that point, but they're just not there yet. We saw a couple dudes who could throw a good off-speed pitch, but they didn't throw it real hard with their fastball if they did, and guys who threw upper 80s but couldn't do anything else.
Command is an issue too in that respect, right? They haven't really learned how to command that pitch yet.
Yeah.
Whereas Kenton Deverman, you're glad you didn't have to face him.
Yeah. Well, say I think what's funny, so tryouts, we usually did like a stroke case type stuff Monday and Tuesday, and then the first pitcher of Wednesday scrimmage on varsity was Kenton, and I was the first batter to face Kenton. So it was kind of that was like a whoa experience.
Welcome to varsity baseball.
Yeah. So that was fun. That was fun at bat.
I mean, that is just nasty, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, everything he throws moves, and it's hard, and his first strike. So he was fun to face.
I loved what you guys said there, because I think that's the biggest thing is those guys have done it. They know how to construct an out. They know how to work to get you out.
Yeah.
Soft contact or a swing and a miss, whatever the case may be. And I think these are some of the things. Whereas you may see a guy in the summertime just showcasing, just trying to pump fastballs, right?
Yeah.
I can sit on a fastball,
Yeah.
right? Mm-hmm. That makes it a much easier thing if I know I'm getting a fastball.
Yeah, it's like getting off a machine almost if he's not throwing anything else, and it's
right. And then it's just timing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Guys, coming into this season, Zumwalt West, you're retooling a bit. East, I think they got a lot of offense back. Talk to us a little bit about what you think of the upcoming season.
We have almost all of our players coming back, except for a couple seniors who started last year. But we'll definitely have a good squad. Mm-hmm. Pitching will be a little tight, but I'm sure we'll figure it out there. So.
I want to ask you, how tough was it when you guys lost McGill last year?
That was sad, and we lost him before the South game too.
Yeah,
he was excited to pitch that one, so it was tough because he was our number one guy. But Carter Hollingsworth stepped in and filled that role pretty well.
I thought Carter pitched well, but I mean Lucas seemed to be the emotional guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that just got everybody on track, right?
Yeah. He definitely did that, and even after he got injured, he still continued. He was, of course, on the bench in the dugout doing that, but he definitely helped us. If we ever got down, he'd be the one to pick us up out there.
That's a tough loss, man. That was tough.
It was tough.
Have you heard about his rehab?
Yeah, he's actually started throwing a baseball again. We go to the same workout place, so I've been able to talk to him a little bit.
Very good.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that. I got to reach out to him, see how he's doing. How about West? I mean, I mean, you got Alagna, I know.
Yeah.
Coming back.
Yeah. I think we'll be good. We're always find a way to be scrappy and be good. Coach Goff is a very good coach, and he always finds a way for us to win. And I mean, I think we had 9 seniors last year, which is a lot, but we'll be good. We'll have some good pitching, and our lineup will be good. So I think we'll be really solid again.
Who are the guys come back you think pitching wise are going to be?
So I think Tanner Sullivan and Jeter Roop will be our guys.
Yeah.
They threw a fair amount last year. And then we have some other younger guys that played on JV last year. Will be juniors this year that were really good, and I mean, we'll be good. I'm confident in what we'll be.
I already got you guys finishing second.
Yeah.
I mean, you beat Howell 4 times last year. I don't know how you did that.
Yeah, that was.
Except for the one that
those
really
were fun experiences. Those are my favorite games. We're playing Howell. Those are fun.
It's going to be brutal again this year.
Yeah. It'll be fun.
So, you guys think you got to run? District run?
Yeah, for sure.
How about you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
especially after last year. That was tough. So definitely coming back the vengeance this year.
I like it. I'm looking forward to it. Well, we're going to have the G.A.C. game of the week, of course. Mm-hmm. And then we'll definitely see you guys out at the G.A.C. Classic. We're gonna live stream all 3 days out there with all 3 games. So
sweet.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Lots of baseball.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay. The big one, recruiting again. The turnover there at Mizzou, Carrick Jackson, now the head coach.
Yep.
You decided to hang in there.
Yeah, so, Coach Beezer and Coach Hagerty were the guys that recruited me first back last fall, so around a little over a year ago. And I mean, I loved both of them, and they were awesome, but Mizzou was always like a dream school. Okay. And I kind of set those sights there. It was like, this is my dream, this is where I want to be. So I went to camps there, and all that happened, and then the coaching change happened this summer. So I tried to reach out to Coach Jackson, and I ended up getting to talk to him this fall and their new coaching staff, and I mean, I loved it as much or more. They were all awesome, and I've decided that's still where I want to be, and he thought the same thing. So
now, I was given a nugget about you that you were actually recruited as a catcher.
Yeah, so Coach Beezer was a left-handed hitting catcher, kind of like I was. So I think that's why he started. That's why he liked me catching a lot, and then I caught and played the infield in front of Coach Jackson, and I mean, he's liked what he saw from both. But I think I'm just going to keep playing the infield, keep catching. So when I get to college, I can play multiple positions. I think that's special.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I mean, I'll go play the outfield, I'll catch, I'll play short, second, I'll play anywhere.
Just put me on the field, Coach.
Exactly.
I love that. That's awesome. Now, Mizzou being a dream school, all of those types of things. It's interesting, because you were committed, because you guys had both committed before the new recruiting rules.
Yeah.
How much of that is still, how much of this can you have contact now, even though you're committed? What's the deal there?
So we can't text or call any of the coaches until this upcoming August 1st, which will be our junior year. But the way I got into contacting Coach Jackson, those other assistants, was Coach Goff actually emailed them and Coach Wiggins, and they told me they wanted me to come down to a camp, and then in person you can talk to them as much as you want.
Gotcha.
Because me and him stayed down there for a few hours after a camp one time. Yeah, and that was fun. We stayed down there for a few hours, and then got to talk to them, got to talk to Coach Carrick, Jackson, and all them and it was special. So
good.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Brendan, what went into your decision to decommit?
So I got recruited by Beezer and Coach Haggerty and Coach Packenick. He was actually the main one who recruited me. Mm-hmm. But I just figured since they made a new rule and since the coaching changed, you just never know what's going to happen. So I thought I'd just open up my recruiting process again. And I went to a few camps to other schools this fall. Mm-hmm. And I went back to Mizzou. So always keeping that as an option. Really like Mizzou. Yeah. That was one of my dream schools as well. And I got to talk to Coach Jackson. He's a really good dude. I still like him a lot. So,
what other places where'd you go?
I went to Oklahoma State and Arkansas.
Oh, okay, all right. What is it now? I always ask this question because these things are important, and I'm sure they're important to parents and all that kind of thing. But academically, what moves you with Mizzou?
Well, one of the main things that really struck me was Coach Beezer and Coach Haggerty, when they stopped talking about the baseball side, when we originally talked to them, he said athletes, or especially baseball players, will 100% graduate with their degree. So that was very important to me, especially with him talking to my family. So that was really important, and that helps too, because baseball might not always be forever, even though I want it to be further than college, but it's not always going to be forever. So having a plan after baseball is always very good.
Absolutely. Yeah. How about yourself? When you're looking at these other schools, is there something in particular you want to do?
I'm in classes right now in high school. I'm taking engineering classes, so that's plan B right now, but that can always change. So I'm not sure really what I want to do yet, but I do like engineering. I mess around with that.
K-State's a big engineering school too.
Mm-hmm.
Just threw that out there. I don't know. I don't have no truck with K-State or anything. It just I know that.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I just do. What engineering schools out there that you would look at?
Mizzou's actually got a good engineering program.
Do they?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not sure about Oklahoma State they have a lot of programs, so I'm sure they have a good engineering program. Arkansas, I don't really know.
Yeah.
It's more of a just back thought in my brain.
I gotcha.
So I look at schools that I'd like to go to for 4 years. I'm not sure about the major yet.
Gotcha. Mm-hmm. And I understand those things. And do you guys ever, and I want to ask this question because we talk about this a lot. Do you ever think about just a G.A.C. first? Did that enter your mind? Just curious. You don't have to, if you say no, that's okay.
Well, I'd say how early I commit. I'm not sure about Nolan, but I never really thought about junior college because I was a freshman and I was thinking, of course it's a backup option, but if I already have an offer to go play D1 baseball,
sure.
I'm not really thinking about a JUCO just in that particular moment.
Gotcha.
But things change.
Sure.
Yeah.
I definitely have looked into it a little bit before that, just because I've seen guys because my dad coached at high school, so I've seen some guys go certain places, and I've seen some of them go to Jeffco's and certain JUCOs like that, and they said it's different because it's more or less on the school side and more on the baseball, and then see where you go after that type thing. So it's definitely different than going to a 4-year, because the 4 year is more in plant and with school and baseball, I think.
Yeah, and basically you're just taking general studies, kind of moving that stuff out of the way and putting yourself in that place in that respect, and you're focused on baseball. It's just curious. I like to ask these questions just to kind of see where you guys' thoughts are. I think it's interesting, and people watching, other guys watching, just something to always think about, because there's good junior colleges, but I understand what you're saying. If you've already got that,
Yeah.
I understand. I get it. I think there's a path, though, for everybody if you're not quite where you want to be and things of that nature. Always good to go there. Yeah. Guys, so if you got to play Major League Baseball, got to ask this. Just curious. Who would you like to play? Of course, I know you're St. Louis guys.
Yeah, I'm a Cardinals fan. I think it'd be cool to play in a bigger city too. But if I can play Major League Baseball, I'll go wherever they want me to go. If I'm doing that, that's a lifelong dream complete. So I'd play wherever.
Mom and Dad will wear the jersey, right?
Wherever. If that happens, their favorite team's that team. So that'd be awesome.
I agree with that. I'd go anywhere, but I'm a Cardinals fan, but I've always had the dream to play in New York.
Really?
Yeah. I think it'd be really cool. It's a big city.
The evil empire,
Yeah.
huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, the Mets or the Yankees? Don't matter? Yankees.
I'd like to play it either,
man.
but
Now you just hurt my feelings. You really did. I'm a Dodger fan.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I grew up on the left coast,
Yeah.
and watching the Dodgers, going to Chavez Ravine, and it's a beautiful place. And I remember exactly where I was when Kirk Gibson hit the home run in the '88 World Series. You guys were not born then, so but you've seen it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's cool.
It's lore, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. So I get it, but man,
Yeah.
that's all right though. I like it. It's big time stuff, right?
Yeah.
Put on the pinstripes. That's baseball lore right there.
Yeah.
Big dreams. I like it, guys. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thanks for
thank
having
you.
us.
Absolutely, I appreciate it. I'm looking forward to watching you guys play. We saw a little taste of it last year, and looking forward to it. Hopefully, we'll get out to a ballpark near you. If you guys are interested, remember, go out, support your team, Zumwalt East, Zumwalt West. It's going to be some really good baseball. The G.A.C., folks, is high-quality baseball, so get out in your community, support these young men. They play a really good brand of baseball out there in the G.A.C. We appreciate it, guys. Again, thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everybody, thanks for tuning in. We do appreciate it. If you like what we're doing, please, right there, subscribe. Right next to it is the dinger. If you hit the dinger, which is what we do, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Right. You get all your notifications for upcoming episodes, such as this. And we appreciate it very much. And then also, while you're there, we got some good merch. You can go to youthbaseballmidwest.com. Shirts like this. See, and it says it, right?
Yep. We hit dingers right there.
We hit dingers. I'm too old for that now. But if it may be a 200-foot, I don't know. Maybe if I had a fungo in a 200-foot fence.
Oh, yeah. Fungo counts.
Yeah, you got
Fungo
that.
counts.
Okay. Good. I appreciate that. So make sure you check that out. We appreciate it. Everybody, have a great day in the Lord. All you pitchers, got some advice for pitchers?
You've got to ask him. I'm not a pitcher.
No advice for pitchers?
Throw hard.
Throw hard? Okay.
hard, yeah.
You got advice for hitters?
Be patient. Get a fastball.
Get
That's the goal.
Throw hard and get a fastball. I like it. There you go. That's the combination, right? We'll see y'all next time.